Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and greetings to everyone. First of all, welcome to the International Digital Innovation and Invention Challenge 2021 Judges Briefing. So I am teacher Shafika Amira and I will be emceeing today's briefing. Okay, together with us today, we have an honorable speaker from IDIIC Judging Secretariat, Dr. Muhammad Rahimi bin Muhammad Rosman from Faculty of Information Management of UiTM Kelantan Branch. Thank you for having us. For your information, this is the very first to the many to come invention and innovation competitions that we will be organizing in order to promote creativity among educators and students, not only in Malaysia but also in Southeast Asia, inshallah. We aim to provide a safe environment for us to compete in producing innovation products, and hopefully this will become a renowned platform for the brainiacs to work together and compete safely and actively. For your information, ladies and gentlemen, International Digital Innovation and Invention Challenge, which is also known by IDIIC 2021, is a collaborative effort of Sekolah Menengah Sains Pasir Putih Kelantan, Malaysia, the Kelantan State Education Department, Fully Residential School Unit, UiTM Kelantan Branch, in specific Information Management Faculty, Institut Agama Islam Negeri Bukit Tinggi, Indonesia, and University Islam Sultan Sharif Ali, Brunei Darussalam. So welcome on board, everyone. We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for all organizations mentioned for your commitment and cooperation. IDIIC 2021 will be the starting point of our future collaborations to come, inshallah. First and foremost, dear judges, thank you for being here with us today, and we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your cooperation and for your willingness to offer us your professional skills in evaluating our innovation products later. So we are certain that with you working alongside us, we will be a valid and prestigious competitor. Allow me to share some fun facts pertaining IDIIC 2021. Alhamdulillah, all praises to Allah, we have received a huge number of participants, which is also much to our surprise. And in total, there will be 601 groups participating in IDIIC 2021. From such a huge amount, the breakdown is as follows. We have for Diamond Innovators category, we have 151 groups. For Gold Innovators category, 49 groups, and another 401 groups will be competing in Star Innovators category. So we are certain that every single participating groups, be it primary school students, secondary school students, school teachers, matriculation college lecturers, and fellow educators will be giving their best in order to provide a really positive environment to compete in. So ladies and gentlemen, in order to provide accurate professional judgment, we are pleased to inform that in total, we have 203 judges who will be working together to assess the 601 groups. So you judges will be working alongside us, and we believe that you will provide us a really careful judgment and evaluation throughout the process. In case you don't know, the judging process will be done completely virtually, in which they will be watching your YouTube videos and awarding marks accordingly. Okay, so for today's briefing, we will get right to the point. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Muhammad Rahimi from the Faculty of Information Management, UiTM Kelantan, to enlighten us all on the judges, tasks, and other related matters. For your information also, Dr. Rahimi and his team, Digital Information Interest Group, or known as Digit UITM, are the developers of the judging system that will be utilized in IDIIC 2021. Please welcome, Doctor.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and to all the fellow judges. Okay, so today I'll be giving some. Okay, let me share my slide first. Okay. Okay, so Assalamualaikum and good morning to all the fellow judges. So I think we have a total of 203 judges, okay, for this event. With a total of 1,200 assessments. Okay, so basically each judge will be given a minimum of 5 assessments. Okay, because we have a lot number of the judges. Okay. Okay, so this in terms of the categories of for the IDIIC. So we have three categories, which is diamond innovators, okay, gold innovators, and star innovators. So diamond innovators usually for the professional, such as academician, okay, practitioner, teachers, and so on. Okay, so for the gold innovators, okay, so gold innovators for the university student, okay, polytechnic, and so on. Why for the star innovator, okay, for the school children. Okay, so this is the criteria for the IDIIC video. Okay, so each video must be between 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, however, the maximum for the video, the jury must edit the introduction video. So I think the introduction video is about 1 minute. Okay, so the maximum for each video should be 6 minutes. Okay, the total duration of the video should be around 6 minutes. Okay, if we added the introduction video. Okay, so each project must start with the introduction video. Okay, the video that we have played during the start of this judging session. Okay, and the video, okay, can be used either bahasa Malaysia or bahasa Inggeris. So it will be either one. Okay, so for the assessment timeline, okay, so the assessment will start, okay, starting from today. Okay, right after this briefing session, okay, you may start with the judging process. Okay, so it will start on 7 April 2021 until 12th of April 2021. So the assessment can be done using the iJury system, which you can access using the following URL. Okay, IDIIC2021.uitmkelantan.com. Okay, so for the login credential, so okay, we look at the next slide. Okay, so this for the login credential. Okay, so in order to access the iJury system, you must use your email addresses. Okay, the email addresses that you use to register as the jury for the IDIIC 2021. However, in case you have forgotten, okay, which of the email that you have used to register, so you may ask the organizing committee regarding the email addresses. Okay, so you may ask Dr. Sabia which of the email address that you have registered as the jury for the IDIIC 2021. Okay, so in order to access the system, first you need your email addresses, and second you need your 6-digit jury code. Okay, so usually this code will be generated automatically by the organizer and sent to your email address. However, if you haven't received those email, you can just click on this section. Okay, forget your jury code, click here to recover your jury code. Okay, so just click here. Okay, and then you just enter your email addresses. Okay, and your 6-digit jury code. Okay, will be given to you. So you can use those code to enter into the jury system. Okay. However, if you put your email addresses but you receive an error message, so you may contact the organizing committee. So maybe there is some problem with the email addresses that you registered to the IDIIC jury. Okay, so when you first log into the system, so this is the dashboard of the system. Okay, so the notification will indicate, okay, message indicating number of tasks to be completed. Okay, so you can complete this task, okay, from 7 April until 12th of April. Okay, after 12th of April, this system will automatically close and the assessment will be given to another judges. Okay. So in order to start with the evaluation, okay, reminder to all the jury, you can only fill up the assessment form only once. Okay. Only once. Once you have completed the assessment, okay, you cannot change the assessment that you have completed. Okay, so make sure you have certified with everything with your assessment and then you click submit. Okay, so in order to start with the assessment, you just click to the continue button. Okay, for example, for this jury, he only have one assessment, okay, or maybe one assessment left. Okay, so whenever you have complete the assessment that you have completed will disappear. For example, if you have six assessment, so six assessment will appear in this screen. So whenever you have completed, okay, one of the assessment, so those assessment will disappear from list of assessment. Okay, so just click continue and then okay, so this is the project evaluation form. Okay, so the title of animation will appear here. Okay, for the category will appear here, and then the jury. Okay, and also for the abstract and YouTube URL. So you must click the YouTube URL to watch the presentation. Okay, so each presentation is about 4 to 6 minutes. Okay, and for the evidence URL, so that is optional. Okay, so evidence URL, so if there is a link to be clicked, mean that there is an evidence. However, if nothing appear on the evidence URL, so mean that the participant, okay, the project doesn't have an evidence. Okay, so as a jury, we must check everything. We must check the YouTube URL and evidence URL. Okay, so the evidence URL is provided by the participant. Okay, so if you cannot access those Google Drive or any kind of evidence that be provided by the participant, so you can contact the organizing committee, okay, from the WhatsApp group or Telegram group, okay, so regarding the problem, and the organizer will help you, okay, to solve those problems. Okay. Okay, so in terms of rubric, okay, so for the first part is on the originality of innovation, invention or design. Okay, so in this section, okay, we look into the inventiveness. Okay, novelty, keunikan. Okay, for example, tidak pernah melihat inovasi yang dipersembahkan. Okay, mean that that is the first time you have seen sustain. Okay, so you can look into this rubric here. Okay, for example, one, no evidence of inventiveness. Okay, tiada bukti inovasi. Okay, you cannot see the noveltiness or the inventiveness of the product. Okay, so you can select one. Okay, and second, provide brief explanation and then provide evidence. Okay, using secondary sources. Okay, such as newspaper, blog, social media. Okay, menyediakan bukti dari sumber kedua. Contoh surat khabar, blog and media sosial. Okay, to show that the innovation has a potential, something that haven't been done, something that can solve a problem. Okay, for 3 mark, okay, provide solid evidence. Okay, maybe there is a market research or survey to support the innovation. Okay, and for the next one, inter market survey and academic publication. So maybe the participant provided an academic publication. Okay, for the student, maybe they provided a complete report. Okay, a complete report on the innovation. Okay, that show how the innovation is being done. Okay, what are the purpose, what are the problem underlying the innovation, and so on. And to get a full mark, okay, so the participant must provide solid evidence in terms of market survey, academic publication, and patent search, okay, such as using the USPTO, LES, or MyIPO. Okay, either one. So we provided the link for you to check on the USPTO, LES, or MyIPO. Okay, for the part D is applicability of the innovation. Okay, so you can use this rubric. Okay, you can read this rubric on your own. So we will be sharing this rubric on the WhatsApp group. Okay, so if you have any problem regarding the rubric, okay, so you may ask us through the WhatsApp group. Okay, so in terms of usefulness, okay, so for the marks of 1, okay, no evidence of usefulness. Okay, so usually participant we usually get 2 or 3 marks. Okay, unless there is no evidence that the participant, okay, provided, okay, for their project. Okay, and then for the contribution, okay, you can read this on your own. Okay, for example, innovation recognized as the mainstream of the sector. Okay, something that haven't been done before. Okay, something that contribute to the sustainability development goal (SDG) and so on. Okay, so this thing must be evidence on the presentation in the video presentation. Okay, for the commercialization, okay, so we look into the status of the project. Okay, is it just an idea? Okay, mean there is no solid product. There is no complete product. Okay, to be shown to the public or to the judges. Okay, is it experiment or prototype? Okay, skala experiment atau prototype. Finished product. Okay, the product has been completed. Okay, but it's not ready for commercialization. Okay, to get 4 mark, okay, finished product and ready to be commercialized. Okay, the product is complete and ready to be commercialized. Okay, to get a full mark, finished product and commercialized. Okay, with an evidence. The participant must provide evidence that the product has been commercialized. Okay, maybe in term of letter of recognition from industry, or any kind of evidence that the product has been sold or generate some income, okay, either for the participant or for the organization. And in terms of market potential, okay, so you can look into this rubric. Okay, to get a full mark, so the participant must provide solid evidence in terms of market survey, academic publication, and secondary sources. Okay, okay, so and then in terms of presentation, so we look into the video presentation. Okay, for example, provide sales explanation. Okay, does not start with the IIDC official video or video essay 6 minutes. Okay, or provide basic explanation does not start with the IIDC official video. Provide basic explanation, easy to understand. Provide good explanation, easy to understand, and start with the official IIDC video and duration between 4 to 6 minutes. Or provide excellent explanation. Okay, for example, if the participant only using a PowerPoint, okay, using a PowerPoint slideshow with no evidence, so you can put either 1 or 2. And display. So no evidence of innovation. Okay. So if the participant fail to show or evidence of the innovation, okay, so maybe the participant, okay, just show some picture, okay, some picture regarding the innovation, but there is no clear evidence. For example, how they develop the innovation, okay, the process, the costing for the innovation, and so on. Okay, second, provide prototype of innovation in terms of mock design, okay, for 2 marks. And for 3, provide actual product. Okay, however, it is derived from somewhere else platform, okay, such as Kahoot, Google Form, and etc. Okay, for 4, provide actual product but does not show how to use the product. So the product must come with either user manual, okay, and then user manual can be in term of either PDF, okay, or in term of website or in term of video. So if the participant can show a complete user manual, especially with using video, so the jury can give either 4 or 5, okay, in term of display. And if the participant can provide the evidence, okay, the evidence on the evidence section, okay, so they should be given 4 or 5. If there is no evidence, okay, there is no evidence, okay, regarding the innovation, okay, so you must use your own judgment, okay, whether the product actually being done by the participant, okay, because we are dealing with the virtual event, okay, so virtual event is difficult for us to detect or evaluate whether the product is actually a real product. And then in terms of academic contribution, so we look into the publication, okay? So whether the innovation has been published. So if there is no publication, so the mark would be 1. And second, publication shown on screen. However, no evidence provided, okay? So the publication should be provided as an evidence. Okay. So if the participant only shown the publication on the screen with no evidence, so they should be getting 2 marks for the publication. Okay. So if publication with ISBN, so they are getting 3. With era 4, scope and was should be 5. Okay. In terms of copyright, so when there is no copyright, okay, tiada hak cipta, so 1 mark should be given. Okay, so copyright shown on screen, however, no evidence provided. Okay, so that depend on the judgment of the jury. Okay, so whether you want to accept those copyright, okay, or if you want an evidence, so look into the evidence section. Okay, so for 3, application to my IPO. Application to my IPO mean that the application form, okay, the participant provided the application form without the application number. Okay, so if they have the application number, so application number usually start with LY. Okay, LY. So if they have application number, so that should be 4 mark. Okay, application to my IPO with application number. If they have the full copyright, okay, full copyright, usually CRLY. Okay, CRLY is for the full copyright, so they should be getting the full marks. And these some of the tools that jury can use. Okay, for example, to check for the pattern whether those thing is novel or not, you can use the per USPTO, LENS or IP online for the My IPO. Okay, for the to check the journal publication indexing, this some of the website that you can use. Okay, so the example of the application of copyright. Okay, so if the participant can shows the evidence that they have subscribed or submit for copyright, so they should be getting 3 marks. So this with the application number. Okay, so application number usually start with LY. So if they show that they have the application number with the application receipt, so usually the application number will come with the application receipt. So this should be given 4 mark. And then 5 mark for the full copyright. So full copyright usually start with CRLY. Okay, so full copyright for 5 marks. Okay, so the example of the full copyright, okay, nombor permohonan and nombor pemberitahuan, okay, CRLY. So the jury should look into the evidence section for this kind of thing. Okay, look for the copyright, look for the publication, look for the user manual, or look for any kind of indicator, okay, that can shows the maturity of the innovation and the contribution of the innovation to the society as a whole. Okay, so there's some participant, okay, that registered for the UK copyright. Okay, so usually at UiTM we do accept this kind of copyright. Okay, because okay, so usually for a complete copyright, okay, we need at least 4 to 6 months. Okay, for this kind of copyright, okay, you only need 2 days to have a piece of paper indicating that you have the copyright. Okay, however, this is not a real company, okay, that work with the copyright agency. So usually we don't accept the copyright from the UKCS. Okay, so this is the summary of the evaluation. So, okay, so after you have evaluated all the assessment, okay, so the summary will be shown here. Okay, summary of evaluation. Okay, so you must check everything. So if you satisfied with all the score, okay, you just click confirm. Okay, but please remember, whenever you have click confirm, okay, you cannot edit those mark anymore. Okay, those mark will disappear. Those tasks will disappear from your list of assessment. So if you think that you want to re-evaluate those project, okay, you just click cancel to re-evaluate the project. Okay, because after you have click confirm, okay, so you cannot edit those assessment anymore. Okay, so thank you. That's all for me. So if you have any problem, you may ask using the chat box, okay, on the YouTube channel.
Any questions?
Okay, juri code kan. Okay, so juri code tu kalau nak mudah, tu je pergi kat sistem and then tekan forget juri code. Tu boleh dapat. Yang apa yang tu kita dah generate tapi mungkin ada yang tak sampai lagi ataupun mungkin masuk dekat spam ke junk ke dan sebagainya lah. So if you want quick access to the system, you just go to the forget code, okay, and then key in your email addresses. Okay, the email addresses that you use to register as a jury. Okay, however, if you are getting an error when you key in your email addresses, okay, so you can contact Dr. Sabia and the organizing committee. So maybe there is some problem with the email that we registered into their system. Okay, ada soalan lagi ke? Okay, all presentation of participant will be in Malay or English. So it will be in both Malay and English. Okay, ada soalan lagi? Kita menunggu soalan sekiranya ada. Okay, one more thing, for the jury, okay, please don't be mistaken between publication and references. References is reference that we use to develop this product. Okay, publication is the thing that we wrote regarding the product. Uh, because whenever we have this kind of jury session, okay, there's some jury that confuse between publication and references. Okay, so there are two different things. Okay, publication, the thing that we produce, represent the thing that we refer. Okay, so next question. Selepas jurus sesam akan ada lagi perbincangan untuk finalize markah. Yang itu dah tak ada lah. Itu untuk Dr. Sabia dan tim dia lah. Okay. However, we have two stages of evaluation. Okay. Selepas pihak juri, okay, dah masukkan markah, akan disahkan markah oleh pasukan penjurian IDIIC lah. Sebab kita nak prevent markah yang terlalu tinggi ataupun terlalu rendah lah. Tapi kalau markah tinggi, memang dia deserve, so tak ada masalah. Okay, ada soalan lagi? Sistem penjurian telah pun dibuka. Okey, mungkin kalau siapa yang dah ada kat sini nak mencuba, so bolehlah cuba access URL kat bawah IDIIC2021.uat.kelantan.com and then tekan kat bawah tu untuk dapatkan kod dia. Okey, masukkan email addresses and then kod ni akan keluar. So copy saja kod tu and then masuklah untuk login dan tengoklah berapa tugasan yang diberikan. Okay, so minimum assessment is 5, maximum is 6 lah. Okay, either 5 or 6. Sila bagi link. Link will be provided. Okay, so that's a link to the jury system IDIIC2021.uat.kelantan.com. So the jury can use that link to access the jury system. Okay. However, if you have any problem to log into the system, okay, so please ask on the WhatsApp group. Okay, because maybe there is something wrong with the email address that you registered for the jury process. Okay, can we get the rubric? Okay, yeah, yes, we will share the rubric at the WhatsApp group later on. Okay, is there any question? Okay, so I think that's all for me. So saya serah kembali kepada pengacara majlis. Sekian, terima kasih.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Rahimi, for the informative information. So, for your information, judges, as mentioned by Dr. Rahimi, you can access the rubrics later on. It will be shared on the WhatsApp group. Also, I have been informed that the rubrics, the rules, and the guidelines will also be accessible on the website itself, the system itself. So, a kind reminder, please finish your by 12 April. So that will be the last date that the system will be open lah. And so I think that is the end of the session, and I hope that the session today has been really informative and helpful for you all. In case you have any other inquiries, you may contact Dr. Salvia, or Puan Norasma on the WhatsApp group. So Thank you so much, everyone. Looking forward to working with you. Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.